2 missiles hit the facility in the city of Belgorod, 35 kilometers from the Ukrainian border, early on Friday, injuring 2 workers.
Well, Ukraine has so far neither confirmed nor denied the claims from Moscow. Foreign Minister Dmitry Kuleba says Kyiv doesn't have full military information about what happened. So let's talk now to our correspondents Iolo Dafydd in Kyiv and Stuart Smith in Moscow. Iolo first, tell us more about what we know of this attack in Belgorod and the situation in Kyiv now.
We do know that an oil depot in Belgorod, in Russian territory, that it was hit twice. They believe that there were 2 helicopters that carried out the attack, and it was an oil depot, very similar to an attack that happened in Lviv a few days ago, last Saturday. And the accusation immediately was that it was the Ukrainian military that took part in this attack, even though it was inside Russian territory. Now, if that is the case, it would be significant indeed. It would have been the first attack outside Ukraine on Russia. Now, they haven't confirmed it, the Ukrainian military, and they haven't denied it either. And the reason why many news agencies are carrying the possibilities of the Ukrainian being behind this attack is because that the 2 helicopters that were used flew at low altitude, and it's a trait that the Ukrainians have used before in the Donbass region when they've been fighting separatist forces there. And that's why the finger of suspicion is pointing towards the Ukrainians. But the military here, despite the press conference earlier this afternoon, they're not confirming it. And in terms of Kyiv, we're told, and we can hear some gunfire and some muffled explosions this afternoon, and that's to the north of Kyiv. It seems as if Russian troops are pulling back, and there are unconfirmed reports that that is the case from people living in those areas.
Stuart Smith in Moscow, what exactly has the Kremlin had to say about this attack Iolo was mentioning on the oil depot?
Russian spokesperson Dmitry Peskov focused on the domestic response. He said that everything is being done possible to reorganize the supply chain and avoid disruption to the region. The Ministry of Defense here in Russia hasn't actually commented on the event. All of the information we've been getting here in Russia has come from a governor in the region, and he says that now the fires at the oil depot have been extinguished. It took hundreds of firefighters and 100 pieces of equipment delivered by helicopter and rail to achieve that, and he said nobody was hurt, despite initial reports that some people were injured. He said only windows and power lines were destroyed. Commenting on the lack of reaction by the authorities in Moscow, he said that there is an investigation underway and there will be a press conference eventually to decide, to declare exactly what happened during this. There hasn't been the same kind of the response you might expect from the first incursion of a foreign power in Russia since the end of World War II. It's been quite muted, and that the Belgorod governor says is due to the investigation ongoing.